Thinking big has always been the foundation of success. This phrase, often associated with Donald Trump, encapsulates his leadership philosophy. From his first ventures in the business world to his presidency, he has consistently championed the idea that ambitious goals and a winning mindset can overcome immense challenges. The question arises, when he assumes the new term, will he be able to pull the United States out of the hole, be it economic, social, or political? The answer, as with any matter of strategic leadership, lies in a multifaceted approach that combines bold vision with disciplined execution. The current American landscape presents considerable challenges: rising inflation, political polarization, geopolitical tensions, and a national debt that exceeds historical levels. For a leader with his experience, these problems are not merely obstacles, but opportunities to restore the strength and global leadership of the United States. Throughout this video, we will explore the strategies Trump may adopt in crucial areas, such as the economy, trade, infrastructure, security, and diplomacy. More than abstract plans, the focus will be on practical actions and tangible results that could reignite the flame of American prosperity. After all, if there is one thing Donald understands better than most, it is the power to turn crises into achievements. Let us delve into this bold plan and analyze how his leadership could once again redefine the destiny of the United States. Trump has always advocated for an economy rooted in internal strength, with policies that favor private sector growth, job creation, and reduced external dependence. During his first term, he implemented historic tax cuts and eliminated regulations deemed unnecessary, spurring one of the most significant economic expansions in recent history of the United States. In a new term, these strategies could be adjusted and expanded to address current challenges. His tax policy and economic incentives are a hallmark of his administration, as he firmly believes that reducing taxes, both for businesses and individuals, is the key to unlocking the economy's potential. The idea is simple. When people have more money in their pockets, they consume more, invest more, and consequently stimulate economic growth. Companies that pay lower taxes can reinvest these resources in innovation, hiring labor, and expansion. In a new term, it is likely that he will promote additional tax cuts, especially for small and medium-sized businesses. This sector is the engine of the American economy, responsible for a significant portion of job creation. Encouraging its expansion is essential to stabilizing the economy and reducing unemployment. Reindustrialization and energy independence is a bold point he intends to address, as he has always been a staunch advocate of reindustrializing the United States. His America First policy seeks to bring strategic industries back to American soil, reducing dependence on global supply chains often concentrated in countries like China. He also emphasizes the importance of energy independence. During his first term, the United States became a net exporter of energy, an unprecedented achievement. For him, cheap and accessible energy is a competitive advantage that can attract foreign investment and make American products more competitive in the global market. Investments in infrastructure as a growth catalyst are another important pillar of his financial plan. He has often mentioned that the United States needs highways, bridges, and airports worthy of its greatness. In addition to modernizing the country, these investments generate millions of jobs and boost growth in other sectors of the economy. A new term could see an even greater focus on public-private partnerships to finance these projects, leveraging private capital to drive large-scale initiatives without overburdening public coffers. Controlling inflation and combating national debt are critical issues that Trump will need to address. His traditional approach involves stimulating economic growth to naturally increase revenue rather than raising taxes or cutting essential programs. He may also push for rigorous audits and the elimination of superfluous government spending, something he often criticized as chronic waste in Washington. These financial strategies aim not only to address current difficulties, but also to pave the way for a future of sustainable prosperity. Focusing on national wealth creation, he understands that a strong nation is built by prosperous citizens. During his first term, he encouraged entrepreneurship and private sector job creation as ways to generate collective wealth. We can expect policies that reinforce professional training programs and technical education. These initiatives would help American workers adapt to new technologies, increasing productivity and strengthening the domestic market. More than just creating jobs, Donald wants to ensure these jobs are well paid and aligned with the demands of the global economy. Smart protectionism and trade renegotiations are among the most striking features of his economic policy, with a strong emphasis on favorable trade agreements. He argues that for years, the United States accepted disadvantages in trade treaties that benefited other nations. In a new term, he would likely seek to renegotiate or expand agreements similar to the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, ensuring that trade benefits American industry. At the same time, he could toughen sanctions against practices deemed unfair, such as currency manipulation and intellectual property theft. This type of smart protectionism does not aim to isolate the United States, but rather to ensure that international markets operate fairly. As Trump himself says, it's not about being against others, it's about being for Americans. Growth driven by innovation is, for Donald, a key priority as the future belongs to nations that lead in technological innovation. During his term, he promoted investments in strategic sectors such as artificial intelligence, automation, biotechnology, and space exploration. In a new term, we can expect tax incentives for technology companies and partnerships with academic institutions to foster cutting-edge research. Additionally, he may encourage the private sector to take the lead in modernizing the country's digital infrastructure, such as 5G networks, ensuring that the United States remains competitive on the global stage. Reducing bureaucracy to boost business is a central pillar of Trump's policy, often described as believing that bureaucracy is the sand in the gears of the economy. He asserts that excessive regulations stifle entrepreneurship and discourage investments. One of his priorities will be to continue cutting unnecessary regulations and simplifying processes for starting and operating businesses. With fewer barriers, more people will have the opportunity to enter the market and generate wealth. In his view, partnering with states and local governments is an important aspect of his economic model, demonstrating his willingness to collaborate with states and municipalities to implement high-impact projects. He understands that local realities vary, and decentralized policies can be more effective. He will likely create incentives for local governments to attract industries and investments to their regions, reducing economic inequalities between different areas of the country. By combining pragmatic measures with a long-term vision, Trump aims to rebuild the economic foundations of the United States. The goal is to turn economic challenges into opportunities for all Americans. Donald often says, "Never settle for anything less than the best." This philosophy shapes not only his approach to business, but also his political leadership style. At a time when the United States faces significant challenges, he sees opportunities to transform adversities into victories, putting the country back on the path to prosperity. He understands that success begins with a clear and ambitious vision. His America First policy is not just a slogan, it is an action plan to prioritize the interests of Americans in every decision. If he returns to power, his mission will be to revitalize the economy, restore trust in the government, and ensure that the United States maintains its global leadership. But the most inspiring aspect of this vision is Trump's commitment to the common citizen. He believes that the government exists to empower the people, the worker, the entrepreneur, the farmer, to achieve their own dreams. This is the essence of his approach, to create an environment where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. One of the most important lessons we can learn from him is that no crisis is insurmountable. He often recalls how he overcame immense challenges in his businesses using strategic intelligence, hard work, and courage. This same mindset can be applied to the revival of the United States. Combat national debt, it is possible with sustainable economic growth. Address political polarization, it is possible with a focus on the common good. Restore American strength on the global stage, it is possible with firm and pragmatic leadership. Trump teaches us that every obstacle is an opportunity to prove the value of resilience and determination. Now is the time for all Americans to reflect on the direction of the country. Success does not happen by chance. It requires planning, execution, and above all, trust in leadership that understands the needs of the people. When he assumes the mandate, he will seek to implement strategies that empower citizens, strengthen businesses, and modernize the country's infrastructure. But as he always says, success starts with you. It is individual action, entrepreneurship, hard work, innovation that ultimately builds a prosperous nation. His lessons are not just for nations, they are for each of us. Think about the challenges you face in your personal or professional life. What steps can you take today to turn them into opportunities? Be bold, think big, and refuse to accept no as an answer. The true strength of the United States lies in its ability to reinvent itself. With strong and determined leadership, combined with the entrepreneurial spirit of the American people, there is no limit to what can be achieved. If you believe in the power of action and the importance of a clear vision, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share this message. Let's build a successful future together because, as Donald reminds us, the best is yet to come.